Okay. We have audio. Alright, I have everything but video on here.
Yeah. Come sit back here. Go get one out of they're out there. There, go get one.
Okay.
Test, test, test. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for coming out to Live Oak Unitarian Universalist Church. I know that tonight each of us have a lot of different feelings. You may be feeling anger, you may be feeling disbelief, sadness, fear. You may be trying to figure out how to explain this to your children or how to explain it to yourself. And so this is simply a time where we can be together with all of those different feelings. If you haven't been here before, let me let you know one little thing about Live Oak, a couple of things. One thing is that we aren't going to tell you to put your smartphone away. If you want to be tweeting out something during the service or texting someone that you love, we try to encourage connections however they can happen. And also, if you have babies or children, we love having them here and a part of this. We're okay with their sounds, their cries. If you feel like your child needs to kind of get away, get a little distance from this, we do have what are called comfort rooms at the back where you can still hear the service and see it, but that's for your comfort, not for ours. And now our chalice lighting, which is something that we do at the beginning of any Unitarian Universalist service or gathering. These are the words of former UUA president and former president of Amnesty International, William Schultz. Come into this place of peace and let its silence heal your spirit. Come into this place of memory and let its history warm your soul. Come into this place of prophecy and power and let its vision renew your heart. Our first reading is from the Reverend Ashley Horan. You are loved beyond belief. You are enough. You are precious. Your work and your life matter, and you are not alone. You are a part of we. A great cloud of witnesses, living and dead, who have insisted that this beautiful, broken world of ours is a blessing worthy of both deep gratitude and fierce protection. Whatever happens tomorrow, our ancestors and our descendants are beckoning us, compelling us to onward toward greater connection, greater compassion, greater commitment to one another and to the earth. Together, we are resilient and resourceful enough to say yes to that call, to make it our life's work in 1,000 different ways, knowing that we can do no other than bind ourselves more tightly together and throw ourselves into the holy work of showing up again and again, to be part of building that world of which we dream, but which we have not yet seen. Please feel free to stay seated, but join me in singing Spirit of Life. you may not know about that song is that it came out of a moment of despair. The person who wrote it was a social activist, and she had just been to yet another meeting and had yet another defeat. She talks about how she went home. Her name was Carolyn McDade, and she said that her soul felt like a dry piece of cardboard that had been left in an attic for years. And she sat down at her piano, and that is the prayer that came out. Our next reading is by Judy Bressler. This is called The Servant Candle. A candle alone is a small thing, but one candle can light another and see how its own light increases as it gives flame to another. Light is the power to chase away the darkness. Throughout history, darkness has tried to smother the light, but always in the end it fails. For always, somewhere in the world, the light remains, ready to burn its brightest where it is darkest. And every free people in the world have remained free by resisting those who would extinguish this light in people's hearts, the light of freedom, of truth, of love. We who seek to increase this light must remember that. Just as one candle alone is a small thing, one person alone is a small thing, one nation alone is a small thing, we must learn to see how much we need others, and we must learn to see how much others need us. We cannot hope to reach our own highest capabilities until we help others around us reach theirs. And when one heart kindles another, when one person strengthens another, when one mind illumines another, the light increases within us as we pass it on. We light our candles now to commemorate this eternal bridge of light, passing from one person to another, reaching from the beginning of creation to fill the radiant spirit of free people everywhere. Each of us is such a light. Each of us has the power to chase away the darkness in ourselves and in others, and we are all strongest when we help each other. And so now you're going to hear the music play. And as you do, don't feel obligated, but if you would like to come forward silently and light a candle, I invite you to do so. And adults, if you can help the children. To love the hell out of this world means to love it extravagantly, wastefully, with an overpouring abandon and fervor that sometimes surprises even yourself. That love flows out of you, sometimes slow and steady, sometimes in a torrent, sometimes filled with joy, sometimes with fierceness or anger, or a heartbreaking pain that makes you say, no, no, I can't take this anymore. I can't do anymore. It's too much. But it's too late. You've opened up your own heart, your own mind, body, and strength, and yes, it is too much. But there's also so much love that comes crashing down on you, gifts from the heavens in the form of smiles and cares from others, a giggle burbling up from a toddler's fat little belly, the soft, sweet smell of star jasmine catching you unaware, not knowing where it came from, but it's here, and you're here. And just to live, just to exist, swells your heart with enough gratitude and love that you must release it or burst. And so you love the hell out of the world again. Without scale, without ratio, without carefully allotting how much you will give versus how much you will receive. You love because you must. And it's the air you breathe in, the water you swim in. It's the rushing in and out of creativity, of self-expression. It's seeing that amazing, amazing, amazing gifts of the people all around you. It is loving with awe, with reverence and irreverence, seeing the miracle in a lump of dirt, in a shy hello, in forgiveness, in standing in the shadow and watching the joy someone else experiences without you, and yet feeling connected through time and space with all who have been and all who are to be. To love the hell out of this world means to see with our hearts, fragile and unprotected, to accept that life is shattering and excruciating, to see the hell in a world, in a group, in a person, in a tear, to know that it is the experience of both the oppressor and the oppressed, as we can be both. To wade in it, armored for battle, but leaving our heart completely exposed, because that is what we follow. It is our night goggles in a dark world of smoke, falling beams, and faint cries from over there. We love emphatically, actively, with our hands and feet, pushing the wreckage aside, reaching down, stretching until we fear our arms can go no further, but they do. We touch fingers with others, then grab on for dear life, pulling them out to safety, then going back in to remove the hell itself before it traps someone else. We round a corner only to find hands waiting for us, to pull us to safety, to warmth, for we are both the Savior and the saved. The hell is all around, and we work in great passionate swoops and in slow plodding routines to put that extravagant love into action and remove all the bits of it from the world. Misery, ill health, disease, viciousness of greed in the face of want, voices that shout hate or whisper meanness, soul-eating addiction, humiliation, despair, injustice that curls up nastily, poisoning the spirit of both the giver and the receiver, and we do not flee. Bone-chillingly afraid we may be, but we step forward. We are the only form love will take, and the work is ours to do. Our job, our mission is to take all that love, all that overflowing, passionate, undying agape, and train it on the hell that exists in this world. We are Unitarian Universalist, from one source to one destiny, here to love the hell out of this world. And now Rebecca and I are going to teach you a song. This is a song that we had already planned for this coming Sunday. It's even the title of Sunday's service, I Need You to Survive. Sometimes our plans, they reveal things that we didn't expect. But we both agreed that this was the song that we felt that people most needed to hear and most needed to sing tonight. Oh, thank you, Amy. I think that the most important thing we can do tonight is simply to connect with each other. And so although the formal part of this service is about to end, I encourage you to stay here for a little while, either in here if you just need kind of a moment of peace and feeling belonging, or out there having those conversations that we need to have. And I leave you with my favorite benediction written by my colleague and my friend, the Reverend Wayne Arneson. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone. I love you.